Good year, I'll have that story, and we'll roll with the Tour de France as Sports Sunday continues here on CBS. Los Angeles Games, the Olympics last summer, you knew he was one athlete who wouldn't let you down when it came to jumping hurdles. The luckiest guy in the world he was, and may still be, save for a few hurdles of a different kind that somehow got in his way. It should come as no surprise that Edwin Moses likes to fly. He's made a profession out of getting above it all.
I like to go flying. I really put everything else out of my mind, and I enjoy it because I have a scientific mind, and I just like needles and dials and all that other stuff. But it's a way to relax for me.
Meantime, back on Earth, Edwin has had little time for relaxing. He's been pretty busy since winning his second Olympic gold medal last August. This man, who had always considered himself truly lucky, who'd take 13 steps between each hurdle where other mortals needed 15 or 17. Not even when his shoelaces came untied in the World Championships did this runner stumble. While he was great enough to win 109 straight races, 2 Olympic gold medals, fortunate enough to be named Sports Illustrated Sportsman of the Year. But his luck ended one night in January this year, right near this corner on Sunset Boulevard in Hollywood. Edwin Moses, seemingly the luckiest man in the world, found himself part of a prostitution cleanup operation. He was arrested and jailed for solicitation. In the end, of course, he was found innocent, but by then it was too late. Or was it? Well, surprisingly, the answer was no, even though these kinds of pictures taken outside courtrooms aren't exactly a public relations dream. No, for Edwin and his wife Morella, who had known only great times, this was indeed a living nightmare.
How would it affect me? How would it affect anybody who is close to the person that is being accused of something like that? I mean, sure, it's a bad thing, but I think I did the right thing, and we got through it, and we try not to think about it anymore. And as far as I'm concerned, it's just a bad dream, and try not to dream it anymore.
But they know, even though they've buried the newspaper headlines in the bottom of a trunk, the memory will always be there, like a bad, bad dream. Are you bitter about the way it was handled?
No, not at all. I really, things happen to people that you can't control, and it's just one step in my life. And there's going to be many more steps, positive and negative, in my life and everyone else's life.
If you have a trustworthy relationship, the wife knows what happened, and I knew what had happened, and I knew that he was totally innocent, and that all I had to do was go and help him out. That was my what do you call it? My task at that time, I guess.
After having things so great for a while, it really it was shocking, of course, but I'm still looking ahead to the future.
But the future has been put on hold for Edwin Moses. Commercial contracts he had have expired, and now some say corporate America seems to be taking a wait-and-see attitude.
What it did was it might have taken away, it might have put a little doubt in people's mind. Who is Edwin Moses? What is he all about? Certainly, it may make a company question a little more, you know, well, maybe this isn't the guy we thought he was.
Corporate America may return to Edwin's side, as managers say, but what about the track and field world? It is waiting as well, while Edwin recuperates from an injury last May. The right knee, another wait-and-see situation.
I went over a hurdle, and I felt a pain in my knee, and I heard the popping as well, and I knew that I had injured it. And I was told that there was some strain in the ligaments in the knee. And it's my trail leg knee, which is a crucial knee, and it's causing me problems right now.
To literally add insult to injury, now a pretender to Edwin's throne, Andre Phillips, is questioning the King's heart.
I don't know the extent of his injuries, but a couple of meat promoters came up to me, and a couple of fellow hurdlers told me that they weren't allowed in certain races in July because Edwin didn't want them in the race.
How about Andre Phillips, what he says, that you're doing this to pick your own races?
Well, I've always picked my races without avoiding the other competitors, and over the last 8 years, I mean, I've run 110 races. How much avoidance can there be? And I'm not invincible no more than Muhammad Ali was invincible, even though you tend to have that aura about yourself. But It's something that you keep going as long as you can.
Look at how he is just completely dominating this race. Looks very...
Well, he'd like to keep it going at least through the 88 games, but for somebody who has knowingly had it all for so long, this will long be a year to forget. The events of January, the sudden vulnerability to injury,